what was kind of your inspiration for wanting to be her biographer and write her story?
Well, the main person here is my co-author, Mary Nicholas, and she is an MD, medical doctor from Maine, and she's followed Bella Dodd her entire life, realized that there had never been a biography done of Bella Dodd, which is kind of crazy that that's the case, but that's how it ended up. And I would say, Danielle, that Bella Dodd is, if not number one of the top two or three most famous female ex-communists in the history of America, and she was kind of like a female Whittaker Chambers. So the fact that there's never been a biography of her, I think is kind of flat out astonishing. She started working for the party in the 1930s, became a communist at Hunter College and Columbia University in New York in the 1920s, ended up joining the party as an open member, card-carrying member in 1943. Same year, by the way, that Barack Obama's mentor, Frank Marshall Davis, joined the party in 1943. And she was a master organizer for the teachers union, the teachers front, the education front. And that had caught my eye. I knew about that years earlier. And the other thing that I had known about that really struck me about her was that she said, and this is something that we tracked down in the book to pin down the fact that she actually said it, that she helped place, quote, over 1,000 communist men, unquote, in Catholic seminaries beginning in the 1930s. And I knew from other research that I've done, other books, including the book, The Devil and Karl Marx, the longest section I have actually is on this. I knew that communists had infiltrated the mainline denominations, the Presbyterian Church, the Episcopal Church, United Methodist Church, the Russian Orthodox Church, totally controlled, totally penetrated, all the churches behind the Iron Curtain. And I knew what they were doing, American communists to American churches. So I already knew about all of that. I knew about the different various congressional Senate testimonies from ex-communists who talked about that under oath. But Bella Dodd's story is so unique because she talked about how they targeted the Catholic Church, and in particular, how they tried to place, again, as she put it, over 1,000 communist men in Catholic seminaries. So it's really just a kind of an outrageous, scandalous effort that they engaged in. Now, exactly how many of those men got through and by the end became priests or corrupted priests or pro-communist priests or atheist priests who were secretly members of the Communist Party, that unfortunately we have no idea. Mm-hmm. All right. But the fact that they went to her to do this, which is not a surprise given her master organizing abilities, is itself pretty striking and I think pretty significant.
Wow. So they really wanted to infiltrate by saying, we're going to put our own people, we're going to have them infiltrate the Catholic Church so they can be, I guess we would say today, woke, but back then, communist priests. And that's really scary because the church itself, I'm sure, has its own issues of infiltration and things like that. And oftentimes the best people, the best priests, and maybe the best pastors too, don't get, recognized. They're not the ones who always make it necessarily. And some of the other people end up being the ones who know how to get to the top of the system.
Well, and it doesn't take many. I quote in the book Manning Johnson, who I've quoted a number of times in different books, and he was a fascinating, heroic figure. He was an African-American ex-communist who, by the way, never left his church. So, and that was key, Danielle, whereas other communists were already atheists, all right? He got tugged toward the party for whatever reason. When he went to New York, he still was a member secretly of his Baptist church. So I think those lingering Christian roots really helped teach him that he shouldn't be any part of communism whatsoever. But Manning Johnson said, it was an axiom of communist organizing that if you could only get 1% of a group's membership or leadership, that was all you needed to infiltrate and subvert and take over the group. And wow. He said this to Congress, if you had a group of 10,000 members, all you needed was 60 to 70 hardcore, disciplined, organizing, collaborating communists, and you could hijack the organization. 60 to 70 out of 10,000. That's all you
Wow.
needed. And Bella Dodd, for the teachers union in the state of New York, that they had 10,000 people in the teachers union, and she placed 1,000 to 1,500 communists in the New York State teachers union. And it was so transparently obvious that the union had been hijacked that the New York State legislature in Albany held these long hearings on the infiltration of the teachers union. In fact, that's when Bella Dodd went out and did the character assassination of Rapp and Coderre, the senator, the two legislators that headed that committee. But like Johnson said, and like Bella Dodd and others understood, and if you think about this, people watching, think about this, there will be a good organization out there, and you think of whatever it might be, Boy Scouts, I don't know, NFL, I don't, whatever it might be.
All of the traditional ones.
Yeah, and all it will take is a few people inside of a certain political, ideological bent, and you'll be watching the TV or whatever, thinking, why are they doing this? Why are they doing an NFL is gay ad campaign, right? Just play football. Stay out of this junk, please. I want to watch sports today. I don't want to do ideology today, please. But all you need is a handful of kind of discipline. And I'm not saying the NFL has communists in it. I'm just talking about.
You mean like woke activists? They
exactly
infiltrate more of the corporate side.
Right. That's right. Yeah. All you need is 60 to 70 within an organization of 10,000. Those 60 to 70 committed to whatever that cause is, usually something on the cultural, moral, social, political left. And what happens too is the other 9,000 members get so disgusted by it that they leave. And they say, "Well, I'm going to do it. I'm there." But sometimes you need to stay and fight. Mm-hmm. But a small committed group can do that. And Bella Dodd recognized that, and organizers in the Communist Party have always recognized that.
Right.